2024 was such a bad year for superhero movies, man. MCU only put out one movie, DC's headquarters got infiltrated like Arthur, and Sony was out here putting out movies like if they were Prime MCU. But the question is, do we care though? No. Let's just go ahead and rank them, starting with Madam Web. Now, I know what you're thinking. That shit's ass, bro. But honestly, the camera work was expressive, the music had that immediacy with those Spider-Man tingles, and yeah, some of the acting was rough, but it was heartfelt. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right in the S tier. Next up, Deadpool and Wolverine. This was a very significant movie to me because it solidified the fact that I just don't feel the same way about superhero movies anymore. Younger me would have been hyped to check it out and see what type of crazy shit would be introduced to the MCU. Maybe it's because of the series of disappointments we had, maybe it was me maturing, but when I sat down in the theater, I remember thinking that I would have rather just stayed home and turned on a classic I hadn't seen yet. And my feelings didn't change watching the movie. I never watched the old Deadpools because honestly, this Ryan Reynolds version is just the most obnoxious motherfucker. It's not funny.
Dad?
Bruh.
Like, how can a movie be rated R and feel like it was written for 12-year-olds? Oh shit. Anyways, it was still an enjoyable time. While the writing is actually kind of laughable at times, it's still self-aware in the fact that it's just fan service porn, seeing Deadpool and Wolverine mutilate each other, and then also a meta goodbye to the Fox superheroes. I mean, we're talking about a movie where they literally build a universe-destroying machine, like a fucking washing machine in some random building. But again, it's a fun time, the action is well done, the characters are fine, and when it comes to the disrespect, I watched Logan. I'm not even gonna say anything. Anyways, I should say that I'm changing the tier list values. They used to be like this, and now they're like this. I feel like it's important for the 5 out of 10 rating to be its own tier, and it's just perfect for this movie. Now Venom. I actually did watch the first one years ago, and I was a hater. But now watching this one, knowing the style Venom is going for, yeah, it don't matter. It didn't seem like any actor in the movie cared. The story was boring, dumb shit. And I just gotta say, man, if you're gonna be resourceful with the Spider-Man character rights to make movies, what the fuck are these matchups? What type of babies want to see slime versus slime fight scenes? Like, guys, you're trying to sell toys. But yeah, the ending is actually kind of sad, as in, like, I feel bad for the movie. Like, what the fuck was that? Actually, thankfully, you did have Kraven in December, which featured Rhino. Yes, let me talk about this. Kraven was like a Russian gangster movie taking inspiration from political masterpiece Captain America Civil War. The characters were incredible, the story wasn't super bland, and Rhino looks so realistic. He gets fucking stampeded like Mufasa. So I'll put it right there. And then of course Joker 2. Everybody hated this one. And I'm being for real, I didn't even think it was that bad. After watching all that corporate slop, is what I described those Sony movies as, this actually felt like it had an artistic vision. And even more than just pissing incels off. I didn't watch Joker 1. Okay, if High Top Films is saying your messaging is up front, what the fuck? But for me, it was interesting to see this angle of exploring the unhealthy obsession of the Joker icon and how the Joker persona has taken a toll on the man, Arthur. I actually was engaged in the story and enjoyed this movie as a more internally driven character drama. It also veered into a lot of unknown territory, which kept things interesting. Of course, the surrealist elements with the musicals could have been actually calculated. The theme should have been explored better, and it's bloated. I wouldn't call it a good movie, but it's enjoyable. And that's due to some good camera work, interesting scenes, and a great performance by Joaquin Phoenix. I imagine that with people coming off the first movie and maybe taking this one super seriously, they'd be extremely offset by the overly expressive self-indulgence of it all. But I guess I just didn't take it as seriously and found something I'd rather watch than a lot of these boring, bland superhero movies. So yeah, pretty ass year, but hold on. I also watched some superhero TV shows. So firstly, Invincible Season 2. When I made my review, dude, I saw red, not kidding. But skimming through the show, I would honestly crash out if I had to watch that again. Obviously, Invincible has that kid show cartoon writing where all the meaning and characterization is very overt. That by itself is not a bad thing, but it's an extremely limiting factor when the show expects me to take every bit of drama it throws at me seriously.
Yourself is, why are you here talking to me?
And I also acknowledge that I'm not a TV grinder. 8 hours of this pacifier bullshit is a lot to ask. Being clear, there is potential for a decent story within Invincible. The Omni-Man and Mark's story with the family dynamics, it's interesting. Season 1, the last episode, is actually pretty boring after Omni-Man leaves, but his ending is handled pretty well. So you expect season 2 of Invincible to build on that and continue the story, but instead you get so much goddamn blow. They spend so long exploring uninteresting side characters. They keep introducing random villains. They introduce a multiverse for some reason, and they make Mark go on some dumbass character arc where after the Viltrum leader flat out lays out the threat, Mark still needs 4 episodes to realize that he should probably focus on the extinction level problem at hand instead of ignoring everything to have a normal life. Yeah, that's the payoff of season 2. Season 1 already had way too much filler in my opinion, but this is just a complete lack of focus. And I think there's some validity to that, given that when you leave the superhero fanboy glaze bubble, season 2 isn't actually considered to be a flawless masterpiece.
Basically, the biggest change is that he breaks up with his girlfriend by the end. Amber, I think her name is?
Yeah, who cares?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, Invincible Season 2, do you give it a rating? I would say like fucking 5 out of 10. It brought my entire series rating down.
But anyways, hopefully season 3 plays to its strengths, but season 2, a filler quote-unquote setup season, get the fuck out of here. And then Amazon's other show, The Boys, which if you didn't see it happen, I've never seen a show get turned on so brutally. I actually enjoyed season 4, but it was also pretty clear that the characters were a lot more shallow than before, and upon reflecting, I just cannot put Homelander in S tier. Yeah, the story was fucking bland, and I think this is probably the weakest boy season so far, but I still thought it was fine watching it. And then of course you have the new Matt Reeves TV show. You know, we got DC Godfather, but it's kind of hard to take seriously when these gangsters are talking about the politics of Gotham City. Like, bro, ain't you Penguin? Nah, I'm joking, it's not bad. Haven't finished it though, but there's no rush since the Batman 2 is probably coming out in 2028. So, yeah. Guys, thanks for watching, but we gotta talk, like GTA 6 Joker, but I'm serious. I've said many times in the past that 2025, I wasn't gonna do YouTube anymore. You know, in 2024, I really did try to grow the channel, kind of replicating what, like the massive hits of the Speedster videos. Hindsight is 2020, you know, looking back, it's like, what the fuck was I doing? But on the other hand, I'm still kind of in disbelief that I have 30,000 subscribers with an audience. I can upload whatever bullshit I want and still get like 2,000 views, and that's you guys. This channel isn't something I can just leave behind, and I was never planning to. I guess I just never like exacted my thoughts on the exact time management, and I honestly still don't know. I'm still on winter break right now, and before January ends, I want to get my movies list out and maybe like this video ranking of 2024 animated movies. But after that, I don't really know. My plan is to just not like try to make videos and instead just make reviews whenever something new comes out. Looking back on the channel, ever since the Speedster videos, my most successful videos have been the Kung Fu Panda and the Invincible new reviews, which are obviously good views, but back then I didn't want to settle for 20k views. That's a lot of views, but that's not channel growing views, you know. But maybe doing these new reviews consistently will steadily grow the channel, you know, some long-term growth instead of trying to win the lottery. The difference is that the pressure's off, and I don't need YouTube to be anything anymore. There could be long periods of time where I don't make videos, but you know, it's actually pretty normal. I can't say I've ever been super locked in on YouTube. But making reviews or like making videos about art I enjoy is something I've always it's something that always has brought me fulfillment. You know, even when I didn't have subscribers, I would still make videos on stuff that I liked or stuff that I didn't like, just because making a video to me is like having a time capsule that I can look back on. You know, it's better than just like saying shit to my friends or, you know, writing a fucking written review and fucking saving a document. Just, yeah, I don't know. This is something I plan to do maybe for the rest of my life, you know, as long as I like art. So, yeah, just something I wanted to say to you guys, maybe to get it off my chest. But, you know, I really do appreciate all the support, and I love you guys. And, yeah. Also, editing this back, I don't know why I sound like I'm trying not to cry. I promise you it's just fucking early. I don't know why. The only time I'm trying not to cry is like when I lose fucking Fortnite or something. I don't know.